Okay, so first open your browser, then open the link that I given already, the Clarivate Analytics, this one, Master Journal List. It means all the ISI journals that has a list that is called the Master Journal List, and it is made by Clarivate Analytics. Before Clarivate Analytics, there is a company that is called Thomson Reuters. They used to run the ISI journals, but now the company has been transferred to, the authority has been transferred to Clarivate Analytics, so that's their master journal list. All the ISI index journal is in this list. So first let's introduce with a few things. This one, see the tab is master journal list. So we have a journal search tab, the search terms. You can search any keyword, any title word, or any scope of interest or anything, just a specific word or specific couple of words like that. So you can search here the search term, and there are a few types of the search type. One is with the title word. If you just search your journals for, just for example, you want to search a journal that is related to education, so type here the education, like education. That's there, you see the education I typed previously, that's why it comes again. So education, then since it's a word, it's not the full journal title, so it's only a title word. So if you search with the word education, you will find a lot of journals related to education that are included in the master journal list of ISI. So this is searching with the title word, this one. So first let's try with this. Okay, our search is completed. That's why we found, see the total journals, 436 journals. So they will show you all the journals and their address, their type, is it quarterly or bi-monthly or triannual like this, and their name, their address, and the coverage. Okay, let's talk about the coverage. What does it mean by coverage? Okay, I already given you a PDF that is actually for Social Sciences Citation Index. These journals, it's a kind of category of collection of the master journal list. So it's a kind of collection of all the best journals in ISI related to your field. Social science or something like that. That is non-scientific or non-engineering journals. So Social Sciences Citation Index, this is the indexing or the collection of the best ever journals in social sciences. So if you find any journal that is indexed in Social Sciences Citation Index, that is considered one of the best journals. So this journal, suppose Academy of Management, Learning and Education, this is one of the best journals. Okay, now let's go for the next one. Okay, Accounting Education. This is although different because it's related to something like accounting management. So we're just observing this just for showing an example. Okay, so Accounting Education, suppose this one, we click on the coverage. So which kind of collection is it in? So this is called the Emerging Sources Citation Index. Okay, what does it mean? This means if these journals are the best journals, like Social Sciences Citation Index, this one, or suppose, yes, this one, ACM Transaction and Computing Education, these journals are the best, then this is called the better one. Just below the best one. It's also ISI, but it's not such great like this. Social Sciences Citation Index, these are the best and these are the better. So we found a lot of journals related to your field, like Advanced Education. We found this is Emerging Sources Citation Index, that is called ESCI journals. So ESCI journals are the better journals, but we need some best, even best, like Advances in Psychology Education. We click here, we find Science Citation Index Expanded, which means these are the best journals. So we have this kind of 436 journals related to the term, the title word, that is called education, right? We click already with the word, title word, education. So all the journals, 436 journals we have on the field of education. So we click one by one, we can search, we can find a lot of journals. See, American Journal of Distance Education, American Journal of Education, and we can click on the coverage and we find which kind of indexing is it in. These are the best, or these are the better one, like that. So we can search by searching with the title word. Or if we want to find any specific journal, like suppose I have heard a journal's name is, okay, something like, okay, American Journal of Education. Someone recommended me a journal that is called American Journal of Education. So what to do? This is not a title word, this is a full journal name. So I type or paste the name of the journal here and choose the full journal title. And then I search. Now, on the bottom, only one result that shows, I got the journal that it's indexed in ISI Journal Master Journal List. So I can find this, American Journal of Education. I can click the coverage and you can see this is the best, one of the best journals. So by this way, we can search and find any journals in our scope of interest and check which kind of indexing it is in ISI and it is in Master Journal List. Or either, if we find a journal that is not indexed in ISI, there will be no result here. Suppose I click, for example, any journal, okay, European Journal of, alright, no, not this one. This one I already searched previously. Okay, European Journal of Scientific Research, SCIENT, scientific. Oh no, this is wrong spelling. Scientific, sorry. European Journal of Scientific Research. It's a journal and it's with the full title, so we have to use the full journal title. Then I search. Although the journal name is quite interesting, quite fascinating, it's called the European Journal of Scientific Research. Where is that? See, this one. The journal name is very interesting and sounds very attractive. Maybe it's something fantastic and superb journal like European Journal of Scientific Research. And we search by the full journal title. If we search, then we find there's no matches found for the query. It means it's not actually an ISI indexed journal. So for any kind of journal, if we want to know whether it is in ISI indexed or not, we can use this link that is called Clarivate Analytics Master Journal List for this. Okay, now we go for the next one that is called Scopus. We go to the next link that is called Scopus, another very popular indexing of journals. So when we go first, there will be a page will appear like this. Just skip it, ignore it. No need to use these things, username, password, nothing we need. Auto search, no need. Or login, nothing. We just need this tab, the sources, the very right top. This is called sources, because we will need the indexes of different sources of journals. So suppose a journal, previously we have searched here the American Journal of Education. Okay, so I searched here with, beg your pardon, American Journal of Education. Suppose, just for example, this one is the coverage with the ISI indexed American Journal of Education. So suppose we're searching a journal that is called American Journal of Education, and we want to check, because we already checked that this is indexed in ISI Clarivate Analytics Master Journal List. Now we're going to search in Scopus Index. Suppose we're just focusing about the Scopus Indexed. And one more thing I have to tell you, that Scopus journal, all the Scopus journals are not included in ISI journal. but most of the ISA journals are included in Scopus journals. So we should rely on this first. I mean the Clarivate Analytics Master Journal List. If we find any journal included here in this list, I mean it's a very safe and it's a very good option for us to publish in this list. And then we go for and search for the Scopus index or not. And another thing, even Scopus indexing is a very good one, and it's the world's most popular indexing in the research area. So Scopus indexing is also very important, and most of the time, either most of the big researchers or the research world, they focus on mostly they focus on the ISI journal list. I mean this one, and then this one, the Scopus one. If these are not any journal is not included either in Master Journal List of ISI or in Scopus, which means this journal is not that acceptable in the research world. I mean, these are non-indexed journals. So we already have finished this part, the Master Journal List. Now we go for the next one, that is called the Scopus indexing. So here we go. First we had a page like this, then we search on the sources here right on the top. So a page will appear like this. This is actually for searching the impact factor of the journal, that is from the Scopus indexed, not in ISI indexed, because ISI has a different impact factor calculation that is not that cannot be accessed without any license, because there is a license requirement, so you cannot just access the ISI impact factor list from anywhere. Previously we had this in our university, but now we cannot. So we just can check whether it is in ISI indexed or not, but cannot calculate the impact factor. But with the Scopus one, we can know the impact factor of the Scopus index. It's not the impact factor of ISI. So it's a different thing, completely a different thing. We search here first the sources, then a page will appear like this. A lot of, you see hundreds of journals. See, this is 37,956 journals are included in Scopus indexed. So we search a specific one. Okay, see, there are a lot of options here. First, I mean below the search button we have few options here. The title, as it is like previously we had the title, full journal list, and ISSN number. So similarly we have title, ISSN number, also the publisher, and if we want only the open access journals, then we can click here. But we want all the results including the open access. So we just keep it like this, the title one, and then we search here. We paste our journal name that we want to know. Suppose this is American Journal of Education. So we search, and there will be a lot of results if it is matched with some other names. But we want a specific name that is called American Journal of Education. So we have this American Journal of Education. Other than that, we also had a lot of other similar kind of name which has similar kind of results, like American Journal of Pharmaceutical Education, that matches with the same name. So we find our expected result, that is called American Journal of Education, at the top like this. So we click here. And that you can see, okay, we have few information here. First one is the source detail, the American Journal of Education, the name, then they show the Scopus coverage years, from which year to now it is indexed in Scopus, or it is in discontinued, it is no more in Scopus, or in the midway, for a few years it was not in Scopus indexing. All the information you will get from here. Scopus coverage years, see this one, American Journal of Education. Below that, Scopus coverage years from 1995 to 2001. So they were so continuous in Scopus indexing since 1995 to 2001, and now, and in between these 2 years, I mean 2001 and 2003, these 2 years they're not in Scopus index. After that, since 2003 until now, I mean the last year 2017, they're in Scopus index. So which means it's a good journal. they're not regularly out of Scopus index, they're regularly in Scopus indexing. So it's a good journal. And see the publisher name, University of Chicago. They have ISS number, blah blah, all the things that we have. And you can also find, directly click here, journal homepage. Then you can go to the journal homepage that we can go later on. Okay, now so let's have a look at the other information. Like, this is the site score, which means the impact factor, but they give it until 2016. So this, the white shaded one, the black bolded letters, you can see 1.61. This is the impact factor until 2016. And the latest and the updated one is this one. The black shaded white bolded letter is 1.58. See, site score tracker 2017. So 1.58, it's the current impact factor, because you see here the last updated on 8 February 2018, and they update it monthly. So you can have the latest impact factor here, which is basically the Scopus impact factor. So by this you can search any journal and you can find that whether it is in ISI indexed, which kind of ISI indexing it is, and also whether it is in Scopus index or not, and how many impact factor it has. That's it. And okay, in the end, we click again the sources, because we want to show what if any journal is not included in Scopus index. Suppose we click once again European Journal Lab. Okay, European Journal Lab. Come on, European Journal Lab. We click here. Okay, European Journal Lab. What we searched previously, scientific research. Scientific. I can spell this. Scientific research. Okay. See this one we found. European Journal of Scientific Research, coverage discontinued in Scopus, which means it was previously Scopus index, but right now it is no more a Scopus index journal. As you can see, we click there, we found no information. They show you Scopus coverage years from 2006 to 2012 and 14. After that, it is no more in Scopus indexing. So there is no impact factor or something like this. And what if we search a journal that is called, suppose, okay, in Indonesian Journal of Electrical Engineering and Informatics. Suppose we search this journal, whether it is in indexing or not. See, no result found, which means this journal still is not Scopus indexed. So by this we can search all the journals, how we find in the ISI Master Journal list, also the Scopus indexing, these things. Another thing that is not that essential, because if you find a journal that is actually included in Master Journal list or in Scopus index, there is no need to do that further, because they're already indexed journal and they're good and best or better journals. Or if you are just still afraid, because some journals they have very close name to the best journals, something like that, they want to make a fake impression. So these journals are called fake journals. So you can search it, that whether this journal is a fake or bad journal or not. There is a list that is called Biggles List of predatory journals and publishers. So you click on the link, the Biggles List, search in Google and find the link, and then see this is a publisher for those publishers who are not good, who are questionable publisher. Another is called stand-alone journal, which means a single journal. So we click here, and you'll see a lot of hundreds of results of these things, that journals are bad journals. So what we do, we search here. There's a search button. Suppose we want to type this one, European Journal of Scientific Research because I'm searching this one because previously we didn't find this here in Scopus and also in ISI list, so it must be a bad journal. So what we do, if we find here right in this list, it means it's really a bad journal. If we don't find, it means it's not, maybe it's not a bad journal, but it's not an index journal because it has no indexing here, ISI, and also Scopus. So it must be a weak journal, non-index journal. But if we find the journal here, it's not only non-index or weak journal, but also a bad journal. So we search here and see the list appears. In the list, I found European Journal of Scientific Research. I found here European Journal of Scientific Research. So it's in this list. It means it's not only a non-index or a weak journal, it's also a fake and bad journal. So that's all for now.